Welcome to the Membership Guys podcast. Kick-ass advice and tips for membership site owners.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 180 of the Membership Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's show. I'm your host, Mike Morrison. Today, we are talking all about lead generation for membership site owners. And actually, for this week's episode, I'm sampling from one of our courses inside MemberSite Academy that's all about how to attract new members to your site. So this episode contains the audio from a lesson or two of that course in which we dig deep into how to improve lead generation for your membership. So when we're talking about lead generation in terms of membership sites, we're typically talking about email signups. So that's people submitting their email address to join your database, enabling you to then contact them directly via email in the future. In some cases, lead generation may also refer to appointments. So what you tend to find with high ticket items, so highly priced and highly positioned courses and so on, is rather than simply aiming to generate email leads, those people will aim to generate appointments. So these are appointments to have a one-on-one phone conversation that are generated as part of their sales funnel. But for the purposes of what we're looking at here in terms of regular membership sites, we're going to be talking about email signups, but a lot of the same principles can apply if you're mainly going to be looking to secure appointments as your lead source rather than email signups. Now, when it comes to lead generation, we firmly believe that it's more preferable to have quality leads than a high quantity of poor leads. Much better to have 100 highly engaged, enthusiastic leads on your list than 10,000 people who really don't care about anything you've got to say. So a lot of the stuff that you'll see in terms of lead generation will focus purely on numbers. We don't think like that because from our own clients and from pretty much every respectable source out there, it really is all about quality, not quantity. And in order to get that quality, make sure that you're not attracting rubbish in terms of the leads you generate, then you need to be pre-framing and pre-qualifying in a lot of cases the people who actually sign up for your email list. So if you're promoting a high ticket product, or if you have a membership site that requires a certain high level of technical knowledge, then you need to make sure that this is pretty clear from the outset in terms of the content you're producing, in terms of the lead magnets that you use. There's no point getting people on your list who are inappropriate for the actual product you're going to promote to them. So if you are pushing a high ticket item, then you don't want to be really going all out there with the free element of the stuff you're giving away for lead generation. You don't want to be focusing on the audience who are going to be seeking freebies or finding a low cost way of doing everything, because those guys are probably not going to be in a position to actually buy your product. Similarly, if you have a membership site that does require a high level of technical knowledge, then if your content is aimed at beginners, if it's really simple, getting started kind of stuff, then again, you're going to have that disconnect between the things that your leads are interested in and the things you're trying to promote to them. So pre-framing and pre-qualifying your content, your offer, before you actually capture those leads is an important element in ensuring that your list is high quality. And another way of doing this, a great way of doing that, is to use highly relevant lead magnets. So again, think about the offer that you actually have in terms of your membership product, what you're going to try to sell to them. And then match that up to the content that you're putting out there publicly to make sure that your lead magnets are highly relevant to the type of lead that you want to attract. And again, this all comes back to your pre-frame and your pre-qualification of your lead. So your lead magnet can be a great way of doing that. So again, if we're talking about a high ticket item, but your lead magnet is 10 ways to do X, Y, or Z for free, then there's your disconnect. It's not really relevant to the type of audience that you want to actually attract. Now, when it comes to actually creating your lead magnets, there are a few guidelines to keep in mind. First of all, you want your lead magnets to be quick to produce. We firmly believe you should have several different lead magnets that you utilize in conjunction with the most relevant content. So rather than just having one single big lead magnet that is kind of applicable to all and might not be relevant to everyone who's visiting your site, have several different lead magnets. So if you're doing that, you want to make sure they're quick to produce. It shouldn't take you as long to create your lead magnet as it does to create your membership site. You also want to make sure your lead magnet solves a specific problem. Specific lead magnets are always going to be more compelling and more useful than broad brush general ones. You need to make sure your lead magnet is easy to digest and easy to implement. The last thing you want, once you've got a captive audience, they're interested in what you've got to say, they sign up for your lead magnet, but then it takes them 3 or 4 months to actually implement the tactics or the tips or the tools that you provide in your lead magnet. You don't want your lead magnet to be a bottleneck where everybody gets stuck because it's not easy to digest. They have to set aside time to actually go through your lead magnet. All of this just stops people in their tracks and slows down your sales process. So make sure your lead magnets are easy enough to digest and easy enough to implement to avoid having that bottleneck in your lead generation and sales funnel process. You also want to make sure your lead magnet will move people down the funnel and at least changes the relationship that your audience has with you. So if your lead magnet is essentially just on the same sort of standard in terms of the level of information being given to people as your free content or your blog posts, then that's not really moving people any closer to your membership site. So again, something that's solving a problem, something that's practical, and something that's kind of an indicator or a teaser or a sample or techniques or tactics that would then be fully explored through your membership site. These sort of things move people further down the funnel. Changes the relationship because now you're getting in that value exchange. They've given you their email address and in return, you've helped them solve a problem. And that's changed the relationship, it's moved things on, and it gets them closer to being in a position where they'll want to join your membership site or purchase your product. And if you can provide instant gratification through your lead magnet, then that's going to hold you in good stead. Because if you're providing the solution to a problem or the revelation of your tactics or tricks or the tools that you use or something which somebody can read for 5 or 10 minutes and they get that instant result, that instant positivity from taking in your lead magnet, then again, that just builds that goodwill and that's going to make them wanting more, which all helps when it comes to positioning and promoting your membership product. And if that instant gratification actually means you're delivering a result, so you're helping them to actually make a tangible change that is positive within their business, then that lead becomes almost indebted to you. So then naturally it becomes a no-brainer. If you've just given them that free lead magnet and that's helped them to get a win in their business, then imagine what's going to happen if they actually join your membership site. So being able to deliver a result, however small, can go a long way when it comes to making your lead magnet truly effective. And of course, when we're talking about lead magnets for membership sites, then we kind of want that connection between the free content, the lead magnet, and the membership offering. It should be a natural ladder between the stuff that initially attracts people into your site, so your top of funnel content, between that and your lead magnet, which is the next stage on, which should then lead into your membership product. So again, just try to find those channels, try to find those relevant connections between free content, lead magnet, and an element of your membership offering. So try to bear all of this in mind when you're coming up with ideas and you're planning out what your lead magnet could be. And in terms of the actual format of your lead magnet, then it could be a free report or an ebook. It might be a quick tips list or a list of the tools that you use or some sort of cheat sheet. It might be a free plugin or free piece of software. It could be a survey or a quiz, which can be fantastic when it comes to pre-qualification and making sure that you get highly targeted leads on your list. Could be a short course, although if you are doing this, certainly keep in mind the idea that we want your lead magnets to be easy to implement and easy to digest. So you'd need to find the right balance here. Or it could be a webinar. So a 45-minute to 90-minute webinar that helps them solve a problem or fill a knowledge gap that gives them that quick win and the instant gratification. Could be a content upgrade, so it may be something that helps them to implement advice that they've read in your free blog post by providing them with some sort of tool or checklist that upgrades that free content. Or since we're talking about membership sites, your lead magnet could actually be a free trial or some sort of sample of your actual membership product. So these are all different things that you can do in terms of format and the type of lead magnet that you're actually putting out there. When it comes to actually increasing the amount of leads that you're generating from your site, then one of the first things that you can do in order to improve this area is to have multiple lead magnets. So as we said before, rather than just having one generic broad brush lead magnet or opt-in that you hope will appeal to everyone, you can have instead several different lead magnets that you use. So shorter, more specific lead magnets that solve specific problems that are easy to digest and so on. And you can use these in a contextual manner. So what that means is that the lead magnets that you create can be used to complement relevant content. So if somebody's reading an article about knitting Christmas jumpers, then the lead magnet could be something related to festive knitting patterns rather than just a generic how to get started with knitting mini course. So contextual lead magnets and increasing the relevancy and the connection between the content somebody's reading and the opt-in bribe that you're offering them is a great way and a highly effective way of actually increasing the amount of leads that you are generating. An extension of that is content upgrades, which we touched on just before. And this is where you are offering a lead magnet that is very specific just to that one piece of content somebody's reading. So you may have 5 tips on a particular topic, and your content upgrade might be some sort of tool or some sort of tutorial showing people how to implement 1, 2, or maybe all of those tips. So it's kind of like an enhanced version of that free content that somebody simply pops their email address in for and they then unlock. So content upgrades can be really, really great if used correctly. You can also look at running contests. So again, this is where you need to find a balance between quality and quantity, because if you're just running open to everybody kind of contests and you're just going for quantity, that's going to water things down. But if you have a highly targeted contest where, the prize itself is a form of pre-qualification or pre-framing, because if your prize is only relevant to the sort of people who you want to appeal to and you want on your list, rather than, making it $1,000 cash, which is going to have everybody joining in regardless of whether they're interested in what you've got to say or not, you make your contests targeted and specific to the audience you hope to attract. This can again be a great way of increasing leads. And when we talked about having a trial or a free sample as a lead generation tool, an extension of that would be to actually offer a free membership level. So rather than just having all of your different lead magnets available on individual blog posts or spread across your site, what you could do is bundle all of that together and put it into a free membership level of your membership site. So people still need to register, they still need to submit their details, and then they log in order to access all of these free downloads. The great thing about this is it puts people into your ecosystem. It means that in order to get access to their lead magnets, somebody has to have an account in your membership site. They're not paying for anything, but they're having to log in, and then when they're on your site and logged in, then you have the opportunity of teasing them with your premium content, promoting upgrades to them and so on. So enabling people to sign up for a free membership level is a fantastic way of collecting highly targeted leads. And if you're doing Facebook advertising, then obviously what you can do with that is to direct your traffic to squeeze pages, so lead generating pages, rather than just trying to push everybody towards your sales page. So if you've got an effective email sequence that promotes your product, then rather than using all of your Facebook ad spend on getting people on your sales page, you can actually get a proportion of that spend and a proportion of your advertising, pushing people towards sign-up pages for your freebies. So then you're getting the leads, and then you're able to promote your product to them through your email sequence, rather than just taking cold traffic and sending them straight through to a sales page. And of course, we can't talk about Facebook marketing without talking about remarketing. So again, this is where you're showing ads to people according to their behavior. So if somebody has been to your website already and they've been reading your blog post, you can use remarketing to then show them ads which promote your different lead magnets. And if you're using custom audiences, what you can do is show an ad for one particular lead magnet to people who've visited specific blog posts or maybe a specific category on your site. So that way you're showing contextual adverts to people according to the content that they've already consumed, which increases the chance they'll click through and then sign up to your email list. So if we take action on this and start implementing the changes needed in order to increase the amount of leads we're generating through our site. That's it from me for this week. Hopefully you found this week's episode useful and you can use some of the tips that we talked about to help you increase the amount and the quality of leads that you're generating for your membership site, whether these are email signups or whether they're introductory consultancy calls for selling a high ticket membership. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know on social what your top tip, your favorite takeaway from this week's episode is. If you're on Twitter, I'm at Membership Guys, or let me know inside our free Facebook group, Membership Mastermind. Just search for that in Facebook or visit talkmemberships.com. That'll redirect you to our group. Let me know what you found most useful from today's episode. I love to hear from you guys. Your feedback is so important. So do let me know. Hit me up on social. Thanks again for listening. I'll be back again next week with another episode of the Membership Guys podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode of the Membership Guys podcast, we invite you to check out the membersiteacademy.com. The Membersite Academy is the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a membership website. So whether you're still figuring out what your idea is going to be, or whether your website is already up and running and you're just looking for ways to grow it and attract new members, then the Membersite Academy can help you to get to the next level. With our extensive course library, monthly training, exclusive member-only discounts, perks and tools, and a supportive, active community to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement and advice, the Membersite Academy is the perfect place to be for anyone looking to start, manage and grow a successful membership website. So check it out at membersiteacademy.com.